Pardon?
YouTube intro.
Live from downtown Mill Bay. I think it's pretty much the intro. Gentlemen, you need the notes in front of you. I'll wait till you get it ready. We're going to go past 1 o'clock because we've been a little longer getting things going, and there's a certain minimum amount we have to do. So if it takes us too long, so if we are keen to get going, let's get going. We were here last day for properties of acids and bases. We are now going to start, and we went out, I believe. Why? Where's the rest? Oh, there we go. I'm still getting used to this. It auto-updated, and I'm not entirely sure why. But I've got a new program. So we went out, we saw lithium, and didn't I throw it into a thing of water last day? Peel it off?
No.
You didn't see that?
No.
Oh, it's going to have to last till next day. What are some properties of metals? One, yes, go.
It's a solid.
It's often solid at room temperature. Solid at room temperature and pressure. RTP is room temperature and pressure, yes.
Is it malleable?
It's malleable. What does that mean? Yeah, you can mold it. It originally meant you can pound flat with a mallet or hammer. And I spelled flat, fatat. Yes. Ductile. Do you know what that means?
Wires.
Yep. You can stretch into a wire. Yep.
Sometimes magnetic.
Excellent. The other class missed that one. Sometimes, not often, but sometimes. There's only really like 3 that you'll ever come across. But one of them, iron, is pretty common. Yes?
It's a good conductor of electricity.
Conductor.
Wait, Mr. Newfield, what's that thing underneath solid say?
Malleable.
Malleable. Malleable. Let's see what it says.
What's the word
There we go.
under it?
Ductile.
Ductile. Oh,
What does that say? Word flat. Ooh.
pound flat with hammer. Wow. The new program is even better. No. It doesn't know with the W with, so that says hammer.
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 Pound flat and ha. Yes. Yep.
Conducts heat.
Pardon?
Conducts heat.
Heat. Excellent. So, we can conduct, there we go. Conductor of heat. Now, by comparison, what are the properties of non-metals?
Insulators.
Julian?
Most of them have a negative charge.
Ooh, excellent. Forms negative. What are negative ions called? Anions. And we can do that then with metals. What do metals tend to form? Cations. What is the opposite of malleable and ductile?
Brittle.
Brittle. Hand? Sir.
What about the exceptions to most of these rules?
No, these are guidelines. We're not doing exceptions. Other properties of non-metals. Yeah.
Often a liquid or a gas.
No. Excellent. Any other properties of non-metals?
What does that say, Knowledge?
Often, yeah, I wrote that a little quick. Often, a liquid or Don't, you've answered too many. We got conductor, heat, electricity. What's the opposite of conductor? Oh, yes, you haven't answered one.
They sometimes react with metals.
Ooh. Well, non-metals do react with metals, and metals react with non-metals, so they have a reactivity. There's a different reactivity I am looking for. Your hand is up.
Can it be insulators?
Insulators. When I have the tongs to grab the hot beaker, the tong is made out of metal, but around the area of pinches and often in the handle, what is it coated with? Rubber. Rubber is a non-metal, and so that protects your hands from any heat that would be conducted during that time. Any other properties of metals or non-metals that we are missing? Never magnetic. I do remember I took one geology class in my life, and it was an exam where you just given a bunch of rocks and you had to test them, and the tray just comes around with a rock, and you do a test, and you pass the rock to the next person, then you do a test to the next rock, and you're just writing down all your observations. There's one point where someone got out a magnet, and none of us had done it, and they passed it over the rock, and the rock went click, and we're like, magnetite. And then everybody in class quietly erased their answers because we didn't do that test, but we could hear it when that person did it and changed it. So yeah, definitely definitive that you have that type of metal. Okay, we are going to see next time when I do the demos for this, metals are often reactive to oxygen gas, water, or acid. And when they do that, they often give off H2 gas or oxidize. So iron rusts, copper becomes copper oxide and green, and so on and so forth. Why are you packing up? I'm now going to wait until you're fully
What
unpacked.
does it say to write give?
Gives off hydrogen gas. I won't take up too much of your time, but there is a few more. Do you have this in the top of yours? Mine was messed up and I had to fix it, but I think it's because the program updated. Is yours good?
Yeah.
So, how do you list the elements? How do you know what order they go into in the periodic table? Hands. I've heard from you. I don't think I've heard from you for an answer yet.
According to atomic number and amount of electrons.
Close enough. Because electrons are the same as the number, so that's the number of protons or number of electrons for the non-ion. What are rows called in periodic table? Yes. You got the column. Columns are called families or groups. And who said periods? Oliver? Is that you? Rows all are called periods. I think next day, I won't spend time on it now. Why is it called the periodic table? Because we just call it that. It is made up of periods, but why are they called? Why aren't they called something else? Why aren't they called like rows?
Is it because the valence electrons periodically, like at the speed, like repeat?
They're the valence electrons, the properties, what charges they go to, periodically repeat. So the properties repeat. Families are determined by their properties. In the same way that you, if you are a biological child of your family, may share properties with other members of your family. Although Ms. Hanley, who is my spouse, is adopted and does not share any biological properties. But to be honest, sometimes I think she acts exactly like her mother. So I think it's true for everybody. You adopt things of your families. So families thus share the properties share.
Properties?
No, because I use that the same. Share. Traits. Because they're not identical, but they will be very reactive. They will react with water, maybe slightly differently. So they have a trait in common. We could have used properties back and forth, but I wanted to emphasize it a bit more. And it is often due to valence electrons. I have to put often in there, not always, because, transition metals exist. Okay, if you have that down and your lab is handed in, you can go. Thank you for staying an extra 5 minutes. We are now caught up. Did anybody see Riley's lab book? She ran away. Pardon? No, she asked me, and I said, just put it on my desk. And then I don't know what desk.
Probably in the lab. Did you check?
I will double check the lab.
Why is Lucas not here?
I will text Riley. Good.
Maybe even like two.
No.
Oh,
That's one of the,
covering that.
but I was using that with extra paper. But good eye.
Yeah,
Way back
just
there.
like me when I go watch football, even though I'm playing, I probably cover.
Esther, will you see Riley later today?
She said hello to me and
Noof?
Okay.
Noof, I think that's her notebook out here.
No, that's for people that were supposed to pick it up. But again, good eye, and thank you for helping. Yeah. Kiona's.
it's not in the lab.
Okay, I'll figure it out. Luckily, I know Riley, and I have her iMessage. See you. Enjoy your lunch. No, that's not it. I used that one for extra paper, but good eye.